welcome to Agricultural Academy. All right, so let's do a quick trade review on the trades we took this past week. So we actually had some run up on Xauusd, which were pretty good. XA was bullish and created new all-time high and all of it. So let me walk you through my experience with it. All right, so we had this a week before or a week earlier. We had all these sell side rather, this supply pushing price downward, but then the almighty demand came and rallied up. So we caught some of these buys as well, but the one I'm more interested in is what happened this past week, which is about this first week of September. All right, so this was the last supply, more like what you call the last resistance that failed. So price tapped into it over here. Of course, I couldn't enter then. Yeah, I love to be more to see what I need to see clearer before I enter. And breaker block or whatever is not really my kind of entry. So at times sticking to what you are doing, even though you know market will do that thing, is also growing mastery. You don't have to take every trade. Just take the one that aligns with you. There will always be trade on the market. If it doesn't align with you, it is not yours. If it aligns with you and you take it, then you are building discipline on your mastery. I'm not. That's not about sticking or being stagnant in knowledge. It is about being disciplined. Be disciplined while still growing. Do you get that? So this was the first entry, and then after market moved here, then I caught this second entry. Actually, I caught this second one, which I also sent to the Telegram channel. So if you are yet to join, make sure you join our Telegram channel. It is very, very beneficial for you, trust me. So I caught this buy. I caught this buy here. Alright. It was a really, really good trade. And I rode it up till market created a new all-time high. I didn't even TP on time. Yeah, this was the actual TP, but then I held till around here because I knew price will get to a new psychological level. All right, so I was targeting 3550 initially, but then price started ranging in between this. So, and it was late already, and they want to hold the trade, so I just closed. Yeah, so I closed about I think I closed about 7 RR or something. So this was my first entry. Then with the price action that happened here, this new entry purple. Let me go down to the 4 hours again. So since price just kept on using the FVGs, so I was expecting price to also trade into this FVG, and boom, it happened. Which I also sent all the trades I took this week. I sent them to the Academy channel on Telegram, so you really have to be there. All right, so for core FVG traders that love to only trade it when it fills up to 50% of it, this is an outlier for you. And this doesn't mean every time you now have to chase 40% or go against your rule. It simply means you have to improve on the knowledge, because even with this rule, you can still get in. This was how I got in. I usually state that whenever I have 2 or 3 FVGs, especially when I try to redefine it, whenever I have 3 like this, I tend to use the one at the middle. Whenever I have 3 FVGs, I use the one at the middle. When I have 2, I use the second one, depending on where it is. If it is a bullish market, I use the one below. If it is a bearish market, I use the one above to catch my short trades. So this is the one below. This is the second one on this chart, and this is the third one. So the rule was applicable here, and I just used it. So I got the entry here. Yeah, I got the entry here, and my SL just below the candle that owns the FVG, which is this low here, this tip of this week, That was where the my SL was, and just target it to the new high, yeah, and that was giving a good RR, which NFP also contributed to the full TP movement, and those were the trades I was able to catch on XAU USD. There was a new re-entry here also, but I didn't trade it. Yeah, I didn't trade it. There was a new re-entry here, which was very clean. I saw it also, but because NFP was approaching, I didn't want to add more positions, so I was just holding the one I had, and it really moved. So if you are unable to trade perfectly, or if you are still having struggling moment in your trade, what you might need might not be a series of groups here and there, because they might be confusing sometimes. You just need a detailed one that will serve as a guide. We only post insights, setups to give you insight ideas. So those are the kind of community you need to be in. So you can click the link in the description box to join our academy. So the second pair I traded this week was GBP USD, and all the trade setup also was sent to the channel. All right, so what I was seeing here, people were trying to buy on GBP USD, right? But then I sent it there that GBP USD is bullish, of course. Using the higher time frame, it is bullish. Okay, let me first of all show you the reason it is bullish. Let me show you. I think it is clear on daily. All right, so we add this break of structure to the upside first, right? So this was our last structural point. This was our last swing structure. This zone, this low to this high. So market already traded into the discount zone very well, and this didn't even take out the last low. Had it been it took it out, they would have said, when market start taking out highs, what do we expect? We expect to see break of structures to the downside, but that didn't happen. All right, that didn't happen. So you can see, let me highlight it. It didn't take out the last low, so we are still bullish. And then immediately I saw that, okay, I also look at the last string structure, the substructure actually that we had here, which is this low to this high. So this was what was confusing people, that okay, GU is bearish because of this last. But like I said, this is not a coach yet. What confirms a coach is a break structure in that trend again. That is, if market should take out this low now, then we say okay, we are bearish, then all of whatever supply you're seeing here can work. But right now it is not. Even if you're planning to sell here, you know what, just hold on that trade idea. You might be wrong. I'm not the market maker, but pay attention. So I sent it to the group that I want to see market trading into the discount zone here to before I will buy, and that's exactly what happened. The concept of discount or premium is not a strategy on its own. It is to add to your confidence, to know where exactly to trade from. Your setup might be correct. If it is in the wrong zone, it will fail. Let me take that again. Your setup can be correct. If it is in the wrong zone, it will fail. An instance, if your buy setup is in the premium zone, it will fail. Take a look at this. Now, this sell setup here is good, right? But then the price is coming from a discount zone. So all these are liquidities for it. It will sweep them all. And this is an example for you if you need one. Take a look at the price action that happened here. Is it on daily or weekly? There's one price action that we studied together with my student, with the student of the academy. Okay, yeah, take a look at what happened here. You can see that the supply here was actually very, very detailed, very, very correct. But because price is coming from where? From mitigation of a discounted price action. Can you see? It is coming from here. That's the reason it failed. So same thing will happen here. Trust me, same thing will happen here. So before we start looking to sell at all, we need to take out all most of these eyes. We need to take out most of these eyes. Yeah, most of these eyes. Then when we now get to these supplies, when we can start saying we want to check out for sell positions. All right, back to what we're doing. So immediately I saw that, I just knew NFP will push it, because now this is what was happening before NFP. Whenever we have a structure like this, as we are bullish, all right, we are bullish, but then NFP, the NFP week, let's say on Monday, market was around here. So what you will see is market will be trading. There will be pullback before the impulse movement. There will be pullbacks to that trend. So people that are not skilled enough or that don't have experience of this, they will think, okay, market is bearish. It is not. It is simply trading into the discounted price or into the appropriate price to buy or to sell, depending on whatever trend it is. Then when the whatever fundamentals that is supposed to push the market that week comes, you just see that push. And that was exactly what happened here. So as a trader, let me hint you. Your job is not to be in these pullbacks. Your job is to be positioned for this impulse movement. That continuation, that's your job. That's what you should study. If you are not profitable yet, what you might be trading might have been, or it might be pullbacks. You are not focusing on the major move. That's why you're getting stuck. So put that also into consideration. So, and then we cut this. I didn't actually trade it. Like I said, it was NFP and I didn't want to trade. So this worked because we actually have inducements above it, inducement upon inducement. All right. So we add this and price came into this and boom. So that was what NFP used there. Then on GBP JPY, this was the second trade I took. So I had this sell setup couple of days ago. I think it's August 12 or something, or August. It's actually activated about few days after, about 12 days after. Yeah, that was when it got activated. So I saw a sweep here. Like most people know, structural liquidity POI. That's my setup. That's why I trade. So I saw this sweep. All right, then it broke structure. So the first structure it broke was around there. I saw this break of change of character on 1 hour, and then the second break of structure to confirm it. All right, so I just waited for market to trade into this, and boom, all these trade setup were shared on our Telegram channel. You don't know what you're missing. Trust me, you don't know what you're missing. And a couple of students also traded it, and a couple of members as well. They took it, and my TP was around there. But then market reversed, went to mitigate some other stuff, because the movement after mitigation was due to a news on, I think on Monday, there was a news released on Tuesday rather, sorry. So that was what gave birth to this push. And of course, whenever this kind of push happened, market will go back to feel it. This was even almost immediately the market went back to feel it. So there were re-entries, but I didn't trade them. I didn't take them. All right. There was this re-entry. All right, you see this. So we had a coach here also. To confirm that the trend is about to change, right? And then we have this break of structure. So price used this, push down. So immediately I saw this, I just thought, so how I got this QMR setup that is yet to activate is this was what the market swept as liquidity, which was a very good order block. And I mount it out, market swept it, broke structure, creating this many broke structure. So I'm really waiting for market to rally up into this, then we short. Very clean trade. So that's what I'm expecting on GBP USD. All right, on XAUSD, I would love to see market do something like this before I trade it. I would really love to see market do something like this before I try to catch in again. I want to see market sweep this low. So once that low is swept, then whatever happens here will determine my next move. I really want to see market sweep this low first before I will enter. That's my decision. So if market should use this, AVG, I am really not expecting it. But also market can use something like this if it wants to continue this push up, especially with the way fundamentals is moving now. We all can see that the price action is really brilliant. But if this did not happen, then it means this demand is still future. That's when market will come back there. So if you have any question on any scope or whatever that I've dropped, that I've mentioned that you don't understand, you can always let me know. I will make a video on it. If it is not a premium info, I'll make a video on it. If it is a premium info for you to have access to a more detailed structure of learning, you should register for either our virtual class or physical class. Physical class is only for Xauusd and Ilorin environment people. Yeah, that's where we have our location. But you can access our virtual class all over. We have students in Nigeria, outside Nigeria, that participate in our class and they are making good wins from the market. You also should join the winning team. Stay safe. Only way is up.